All right, here we go. I've been given permission by the artist to model his plant incubator, so that's great. We have the go ahead to give it a shot, and hopefully, Max is going to be watching a little bit of this as we sort of destroy his model or attempt to do something here. This is the reference image, and I'll leave a link to his ArtStation page. And I guess if you want to download his image, hopefully he won't mind. If you want to model along with me, you could do that. So I've just brought in the image itself by going image reference. I moved it just a little bit so it's in the position that I'm going to want it to be. And now here, I'm going to call this reference image up here. And I'm going to put my mouse up here. I'm going to scroll my mouse wheel down. And I click here, and I'm going to choose this arrow. Now the arrow's there. That allows me to deselect that, so I can't select the image by accident. All right, so we're going to get modeling here. My screencast keys are on down there, and we're going to see what we can do with this. Okay, so my 3D cursor is right in the middle there, and so I'm going to go Shift A, mesh plane, bring in a plane. I'm going to edit mode and RX90 to rotate it. And I'm going to press S to scale and bring it down. And it looks like I didn't position this very well, so I'm going to select this. And I can pretty much see that, so I'm going to move this a little bit now. Put it there for now. And go back, SX, and just see if I can get this to the right size. Select that. And move it a little bit more in the X. We'll go for around that. We need to adjust it a little bit later. Okay, so there's our plane. Cool. All right, so let's select these bottom vertices and bring them up to there for the moment. And we'll select these guys and bring them up. We do this white area first here, okay? So I got that. What I need to do is give this some thickness. So I can't tell how wide it's going to be, but I'm just going to do something here. And think about this. You can see from the side view here, let me just look from the front. Okay, you can see it's sort of a rectangle there. So that's what I'm going to do right there. Okay, so well, the first thing we need to tackle is this split. So I'm going to go Control R and bring an edge loop to here, and bring an edge loop to there. I think before we go any further, I'm going to bevel the edges and go back to solid view, and I'm going to Shift Alt and click those edges like that, and we're just going to Control B, pull, and roll my mouse up maybe 5 times. Try that, and I'm actually going to. I think I'm going to delete. I'll delete the top in a minute. Let's go back in the wireframe and have a look at this. Let's Control R, bring an edge loop to here. And let's bring an edge loop to here. Now, yeah, the problem is because I made this an n-gon up here, which means it has more than 4 vertices. My edge loops don't go all the way around, so I am actually going to delete those faces, and I'm going to delete those edges or dissolve them, and I'm going to do this again like this. I'm going to go Control R, click, put an edge loop there in the front and in the back, and then select both of them, and then I'm going to move them both to there. All right, so front and back there. Put one there just wherever it lands, and there with that one selected. I'm going to come over here and select this one and then I can move them both. And now I got it in the front and the back. Okay. Okay, yeah, because of that. Okay, cool. Okay, so now I think what I'll do is I'll take these vertices and I'll go F to make face, or actually J to join them, so that's part of the actual mesh. And I'll do the same over on this side. I just want to make sure I am going in the right direction. J, I think that's going to be okay. So it goes the right way, does it? No, is it not? Yeah, okay. All right, so what we'll do is press 3 for face selection. And I'm just going to start painting this stuff. Let's hide this. Hold on that. And I think that's what I need. P and separated by selection. So I have the two pieces here. Bring that back. Excellent. We're off to a good start. A very good start, I think. All right, let's try a little bit of solidify. And let's just make it come in just a little bit like that. I'll put on equal thickness. And with that done, let's select this and then shift and select that. Control L, modifiers to get the same modifier on that. All right. And then let's try a bevel. Let's go for 3. 0.01, let's say. I'll try angle. And in geometry, I'll also put arc. And I may move this a little bit. Let's shade smooth. And then to fix the shading issues, let's put on weighted normal. And under normal, it's auto smooth. Let's select this one and then this one. Control L, modifiers. And shade smooth. Now, when you do that, it doesn't do the auto smooth. So there we go. Let's shift alt and click, select that to make the top. Might as well make it out of this piece, but I'll get rid of some vertices. Shift D. Let's just pull it up on the way. P to break it out. So now we have that. But let's go in, select it, press 1. Okay, so I can see these vertices are extra ones that I had put in. So I'm going to X dissolve vertices. So now I have that piece. I think I'm just going to F to make face. Look from the front and sort of move it down here. I think I'm going to scale this in the X like this. And look from the top in wireframe. I'm going to scale it in the Y a similar amount. I'll hold shift. See if I like that amount. And I can just, maybe I'll globally S scale it just a little bit. Something like that. I'll stick from the front. E to extrude and pull it up. Let's see what that's looking like. Okay, and then I'll hide the reference image. Okay, so this has inherited the modifiers, but oh, it inherited that. Okay, so that's what we get so far. Okay, let's work on the bottom now. Let's see here. Let's come in and select a loop that goes all the way around. Shift D and pull it down here. P and break it out. And I think to make it easier, I'll turn off the modifiers for the moment. And let's look at this and let's see where those edges are. Let's bring this all the way down. Now we'll just get rid of those for now. Okay, we're going to get rid of this. Dissolve vertices. And I will put it right about there. Let's extrude this down to the bottom. Okay. And now we're going to put some edge loops in here. Control R there, Control R there. Select them both. Look from the front. Then let's Control B to split this. And bring it to about, no, I'll scale this in the axle to the outside ones. Think about that. Control R there, so it should go all the way around. So I'm going to pull that up to there. We'll need one in the front or back. And there, select those. And Control B. And we'll do this. Okay, just like that. It looks like I'm going to need one more there. And again, I don't know if this little part is on the back, but I think I'm going to do it on the back as well. Make it a little bit easier. So now we'll come back into solid view. Select those J to join. Make sure we join on the correct ones. Finally. Alright, so this is what we have. Alright, cool. Alright, Shift Alt and click there. Control plus. I'll get some extra stuff that I don't need. So I'm going to get rid of that. And that. P to break it out. I think we finally did it. Let's turn the modifiers back on. Great. All right. Hopefully that looks okay. Okay, on this one here, I'm going to see if I can get all the way around. Yeah, I think I'll turn the modifiers off again and start looking at this. So I'm just going to come in, and this little piece here is going to be part of the container that holds the plants. So all I want to do is E and G, Z, or Z, come up to here. And then I can press S, and I'm going to hold Shift and pull it. Maybe GZ a little bit more. Just something like that. And have a look at that. Let's turn the modifiers on again. Okay. A little bit of shading stuff. So if I was to come in and sort of take this, let's just see if I don't know, extrude in the Z, come down in the Z, or scale in a bit. Does that improve anything for us? Scale in the Y a tiny bit. Let's just have a look at that edge. I wonder if I bevel this edge. This edge itself is a little bit sharp here. That's what the problem is. I'm not sure about that, the other lip that I created, but I think it's probably okay. I'm going to turn on the cavity shader. Alright, so far so good. Alright, let's look up here and do this piece here. And the way I'm going to do that is, let's see, I take that, it goes to there. And that may be just exactly what I want. It's got the curvature, and as you can see, it comes around here. It's already got the modifiers on it. So why don't we just Shift D and P, break it out, and let me see if we can grab that. There it is. I'm going to move it down. Actually, I'm going to move it out. Like that. I'll move it to there. Out a little bit. Let's just extrude it. So we start seeing something here. I'm going to take these vertices. I got some extra vertices in there. Yeah, okay. Turn off your modifiers, a little bit easier. These guys here and these guys. I'm going to get rid of those two and those two. So now I'm going to select these vertices and just pull them in. Okay, let's have a look at what we got. Okay, so I've got it out that way. Let's scale this into Y. Give it some thickness that way. In fact, let's hide that top piece and look down and select, where's my piece? There it is. Okay, now I can see. Let's scale that in the Y. There it is. Cool. Like that. Okay. Let's look in wireframe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that edge and that edge. Yep. And I'm going to Control B. No, I'm going to Shift Control B actually to bevel that. And I'll press 1 to go into, no I won't. Alright, let's do it in vertex selection. It's easier to see. Shift Control B, pull, and I'll put another vertex or 2. 5 is probably okay. Just like that. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and put the modifiers on. Like that. Alt-S maybe? Maybe I'll push them. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll select all of these. Maybe Alt-S those. Just to give it a little bit more, maybe throw an edge loop on here. And give that effect. Hope it's thick enough. Okay, let's hide that. And I just want to look over here. It doesn't have to be super thick, I guess. All right, let's bring that back. And let's look at our model. And hide the reference. Okay, something like that. Maybe. We're going to need to make a little indentation here. A little bevel. So let's come down. S to scale and hold down Shift. Do that. Now, I think I'm going to need to look from the bottom in wireframe. A little bit difficult. Let's scale that in the Y a bit as well. Trying to make it even. Yeah, May have done some extra stuff on there that I didn't need. So now let's see. Let's do some glass stuff. Let's straighten this stuff up. Yeah, you know, doing funny things. I think it's okay. All right. Anyways, let's take something like that. Shift D, pull it down. P to break it out. Let's focus on that and get rid of those vertices that we don't need. Those ones there. X dissolve vertices. Now we can take this and my wireframe. I think what I'll do is I will grab these and I'll pull them in like this. Box select these and pull them in. Now, in reality, I think I'm going to go for the black piece that holds it. So now I'm going to press S to scale. And I'm going to pull it up. I assume it's somewhere in there. E to extrude and pull it down to like there. Let's just see if I've made something that looks... Okay, it's just too wide, right? Okay, let's look from the bottom. Okay, let's just focus on those two pieces there with the slash key. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go Control 7. Okay, so I just want to make this fit now. And I'm going to do this in wireframe. Box select there and just pull it in. Same thing here. All right, and let's make it fit a little bit better. So that's my piece. Okay, all right. And so there you are, just peeking out from underneath there, right? And if it goes funny, try Alt N, recalculate outside. My apologies, man. We're flipped, so that's the top of that. And I can adjust the size of all these things in a bit if I need to. What do I got going on? Slash key. 1. Okay, so maybe they're not quite big enough, really. Let's just scale this in the X a little bit. And then just pull it over. I can make it fit a little bit better later on. I'm going to take this piece as well here to make the glass. Shift D, P. I'm going to go ahead and make the glass the same size because maybe these things have to be bigger. Maybe, you know what the problem is this is in the way. I'm not seeing the original. Okay, so where's my piece of glass? Move that, there it is. Okay, good enough. Let's make you come down. I think you might be a little bit too big. So I'm going to scale Shift Z. Let's just make you fit. Yeah, like something like that. And then you're there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's grab that bottom edge and just pull it down a little bit more. Okay, we'll take, and I'm going to take the top edge and pull it up. Just make it a bit more substantial. Alt H, bring that thing back. Let's take this piece here and just pull you down. So you'll see, I adjust all that later. Just think about if I like how this is going. I'm going to see into there. Okay. So if that was there, and then if this piece, let's just duplicate you and pull you down to here and see how you play with this stuff. I really think that I want to apply that. And I want to just make this thicker by pressing Alt S. And have it come in. I need to look at the diagram again. I may not have wanted to do that. But that may be just fine. I'm going to go with that. Anyhow. So they're barely visible. Okay. So I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to leave that one there. And I can go back to this one if I change my mind. And so what I'll do is I'm going to let's come over here and switch this viewport display to wire. You can sort of see what's going on the inside. Okay. Let's steal that. Shift D S to scale it, just to make it more selectable. I'll scale it back out again. Let's actually bring it up. What we're going to do is make a little tray. Right? So we're going to just F to make a face, E to extrude, bring it down. I'll delete that bottom face. Take this, I to inset just a little bit. Probably more than that though. S to scale. Is that even? E to extrude down. Probably need it bigger. Scale that in Z. Let's do that. Take that face and push it down further. Look at a little tray that's in there. Let's see if that sort of looks like it fits. You know, and the soil's in there. It might need to be deeper, so let's have a look at this. It's really quite flush with the bottom, isn't it? In fact, it's lower down than that. Okay, how's that going to work for us? Let's see. Even if I do it there. Something like that. Okay, cool. We'll do a little bit more and then we'll take a break and come back at it. Let's hide the reference for a moment and see how it's looking. Hope it's not too thin. It might be just a little bit too thin. No, that's what we got so far. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's do this piece here. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select that face, and I think I'm even going to use it. Shift D, P to break it out. Okay, now this one. I'm going to scale this into Y a little bit and take these top vertices. I'll turn off the solidify for a second. Let's take those and we'll just make a curve. Shift Control B, pull, roll my mouse up to that maybe about 5. Okay, we'll take the whole thing and we'll extrude it out a ways. And then let's just Control B, bevel back with one segment like that. And then you'll see that this part at the bottom sort of bends up. So what we'll do is I'll go into wireframe, and I'll just select all that, and I'll go SZ0. I'll straighten it in the zero, in the Z, like that. Let's turn. I don't really need solidify on anymore, and let's put an edge loop in here. Let's tighten that up, do that kind of thing. Maybe put another edge loop in here just to make it a bit sharper. Let's take that and pull it back and just see. Okay, so it's maybe about halfway up, right? So let's look from the side here in wireframe, box select, and pull it down to something else, something like that. Maybe I'll make it a bit narrower. I don't know. All right, let's start with that. Do I have a back on that? Or did I delete it? I did have a back on there. So let's get rid of that, I guess. Pull that in. Let's try that. Start with that. And then let's just select it and bring the 3D cursor there. And we'll make a couple of pipes, and we'll leave it at that. Yeah, so the way I think I'll do this is I'm going to bring in a plane, go into edit mode, 1 for vertex selection, and merge at the center. And we'll look from the front again, and I'll just grab it, extrude, come out to somewhere on there, and extrude it down, and then grab that 1 point, shift control B. I'm going to pull it quite far, and then roll my mouse up a bunch of times like that. I can always adjust this, as you can see. I can pull that out there, and I can yank that in and pull that up. But at any rate, I'm going to convert that to a curve and come over here and on geometry, and I'm going to do this. And I pulled them quite far so that I could really yank this up before they cross down here. I'm going to go with something like that. Let's see. No, I'm not. I'm going to go with something like that. Okay, I'll just shade smooth for now. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let's, to make this piece, let's just take those, Shift D, get out of whatever, P to break it out, and you'll see another piece right there. Okay, and then I'll start increasing this like that, and then I can let's see, I can play with this. Size of that. A bit of it. The other stuff comes through, so I don't care about that. But I can fix that right now, I guess. Let's pull it up. So for this thing, let's just convert that to a mesh now. And select this edge and just, well, there's going to be more to do than that, isn't there? There's a bit of a, okay. So how about we just bring it up? ENS, come in. How about for this one, we just close it off? It's just like that. We fully close it off. I'm actually going to put a subdivision surface on that. And I'm going to do that for now. Oh, sorry. Put there. And I'll get rid of the bottom. Now that I think about it, probably get rid of this edge as well. Okay, so let's see, what does it do? And there's a little something on there as well, isn't there? Okay, so let's look at this, and let's bring this out. Let's do the same thing. Shift D, P. Let's just Make that a little bit bigger. Really, it's probably part of the pipe, eh? No, you can't really tell, so I don't think it matters. Let's just do that in Control 1. Just for this, for now. If I just convert that to a mesh, let me just see how. It's not that. I apologize. So I'm going to Control 1 for one subdivision there, and that's basically what I'm going to probably go for. So let's take all these pieces and let's see. We need 2 of them. Okay, so let's look from the side and pull this over and see if I can get 2 of them side by side without touching. Okay. Let's take that piece, scale Shift Z, make it a bit smaller. That could probably work. We can just copy that over. It's pretty close to the edge, so. Well, that's what we got. That's what we're gonna kind of go for. So let's hide the reference. So here's where we are so far. Okay, one thing we need to do is that. Okay, polys are facing the right way. Let's put on matte cap. I don't know if shadow. Yeah, as soon as if I do that, I lose. If I turn my overlays, I'll lose the wire. You won't be able to see anything inside, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I can just come back here and I'll change that to textured so we can do that. And then just have a look. No shadow do anything? No, nothing good. Let's have a look at this with that. And again, it's nothing too impressive or anything. I mean, I love the design and all, but that is what we're coming up with so far. Okay, so hopefully it's looking a little similar to the original, and we definitely have a lot more to do. So we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.